Warning, the following take will offend the internet wrestling community. Viewer discretion is advised.
So the next post I found on social media, and I'm not sure if this was just someone trying to stir the shit pot, but this one really caught me off guard. And this brilliant post says, on the last Monday of Black History Month, Triple K showed his true colors and took the titles off of Bianca and Naomi. I don't know where to start, but we'll start. I get the importance of identifying with the wrestlers you see. Let me throw that out first, because someone somewhere will try to make this into an I'm racist argument, which, say whatever the fuck you want. I really don't care, but I'm going to break this down from a wrestling and a casual wrestling perspective. It's human nature to identify with certain people and to like wrestlers that maybe look like you. I don't do it, but I know it's human nature and a lot of people do it. But I think it's extremely dangerous if we start letting whatever month we're celebrating dictate the booking of pro wrestling. I think we're in trouble when that starts to happen. I think when we look at title drops as a negative thing, we begin to lose perspective of what wrestling really is. Bianca and Naomi are set to be a part of major storylines at WrestleMania, right? You really think that they should forego the opportunity to tell a great story and have great matches at WrestleMania because it's February and we have to have a certain number of black champions. I don't find the rationale to agree in that. If you want to argue right now that we need more black champions in general, I will stand behind that argument 100%. And I will get behind the argument that I don't know sometimes what Triple H is doing. But let's slow down on the idea that Triple H is a racist. Let's pump the brakes on that. Let's stop with the Triple K thing, right? Sometimes the IWC wants to act like there's just two races of wrestlers. There's black wrestlers and there's white wrestlers. And I always ask, is that it, right? Like, Roman Reigns, not white. He was champion for 5 years. Nia Jax, not white. She was champion. Bianca Belair is the longest Raw champion of all time. Let's cool the jets there. Let's stop looking at someone's race and just start looking at their credibility, what they've done to become champion. Because when you look at Trick Williams and you look at Obi Femi, they're two of the best in NXT, and they've been rewarded with solid NXT championship runs. And I think it discounts that when you get race involved. If you're under the belief that Trick Williams and Obi Femi only held titles because they're black or because it's February or because we're celebrating something, I think that's an ignorant point of view. They held those titles because they are respectively two of the best in NXT, and they are deserving of the position they get. If the story calls for a white champion, that's what I want. If the story calls for a Mexican champion, that's what I want. If the story calls for a black champion, that's what I want. But this idea that like Bianca and Naomi dropping the titles is disrespectful plays right into the idea like Raquel Rodriguez is a minority, so they lost the titles to another minority. What type of booking are you looking for? What are the rules of booking that we should abide by? March is Irish American History Month. Does that mean we have to put the titles on Sheamus, Becky, and Lyra? I think May is Pacific Islander Month. Does that mean that we just put all the titles back on the Bloodline? I think it's dangerous to throw out comments like this. Because the White Knights of the IWC, they do latch on and eat this kind of shit up. And like I said, representation is important, but not based on what month it is. That's the part of this I don't like. Like I said, if you want more black champions, I am right there with you. I have been bitching and complaining that Montez Ford is the next big guy in WWE, whether singles or tag team. I've been saying that for a long ass time, but I don't want Montez Ford to be champion because they feel the pressure of February. I want him to be champion because he's deserving of being a champion. Belts are props, though. That's the other thing I don't understand. Wrestling titles are just props. They don't mean anything. They're just part of storytelling. They're just an easier way to help the casual wrestling fans identify why people are fighting and why these matches should be important. Like, a good story overshadows titles every day of the week. So when you look at Bianca and you look at Naomi, they actually, I think that they're stepping up out of a division that's a complete shit show. Like the fact that Bianca is getting out of the tag team division, we should be celebrating this day, not looking at it like it was some kind of negative. Look at Kevin Owens, a guy who hasn't had a title in like 5 years, and he's one of the most relevant wrestlers on the roster. And you know why that is? It's because he continues to figure out how to be relevant without a title. He continues to figure out how to be entertaining without a title. Bianca and Naomi are going to be fine. I promise. This was not malicious. This was not a dig at a race. I guarantee that if you look internally at the roster sheets and the depth charts, I guarantee you Bianca Belair is held in high regards, and I think Naomi's held in pretty high regards going into WrestleMania, as well as Jade Cargill is held in high regards. So I just think it's a dangerous thing to do, is to drop takes like that when I don't know. I think you're searching for intention there, my guy. I don't think that there was any malicious intent in what Triple H did this last Monday when he took the titles. I was saying this for weeks, that this is where you do this, and I think Triple H made the right call, and I think we're moving on to a new story.